What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Trading Lounge. I'd love to share with you a trade I made on my journey to 100K, where I try to take $1,000 to $100,000 as fast as possible as a relatively new day trader. Today, another red day. We've had a few of those recently. This one no different, but this one's kind of by accident, which really sucks. Let's get into that. This morning was one of the slowest mornings I've seen since I started. The high of day momentum scanner on Warrior Trader, which I'll show you guys real quick for anyone new, is this guy right here. Hold on, let me make sure my mouse is working properly. Okay, this isn't going to work. That's fine. Let me test this again. It does this every once in a while, where it just doesn't like to work on this screen. I don't know why. Anyway, the high of day momentum scanner is going to work now. Let's see. Cool. Right here, this was empty. There was nothing in here. I don't know how long it was. I felt like it was hours. Just nothing was hitting high of day on my scanner. And I thought it was a bug at first, but it wasn't. It was just really slow. And there were some things moving, but just nothing that was specific to what I was trying to do. And then about 4 o'clock in the morning. So here's what happens, okay? Every day I get up at about 3 a.m., 2:30 a.m., West Coast time, and I get up to trade, and I'm looking to maybe make a trade around 4 a.m. Usually not. But one of the ways I used to, that gave me a lot of confidence in learning how to day trade was I would just pick like 4 or 5 stocks to have my eye on at 4 a.m. And that's when a lot of volume comes into the market. And if I'm watching the stock and I see it go up within that first minute, so 4 o'clock to 4:01, and I see it rip up, I'll get in for like a 10-cent base hit, like with all my account balance, and I'll be done for the day. And I learned that after just trial and error over months, and I learned that through ChatGPT metrics. So I would journal all my trades, and I was trading a bunch of different ways. That was one of them, and I would have a ChatGPT spit out this weekly summary of my trades, and it kept telling me every day at 4 a.m. when you're aggressive, like when the first minute happens, you are profitable and you have a high win rate. That's kind of what got me started on this journey. However, I've gotten away from that a little bit. So what I was going to do today when I woke up was get on my Roth account, find a couple stocks, especially because it was slow, and if one of them rips up in that first minute, we're going to get in for 10 cents or 5 cents and get out and start the day with a little bit of green. At least that's what I was thinking. And so at 4 o'clock, I've got a couple stocks up. None of them hit. And I get an alert on the scanner for Rhyme. This is not the right time frame, but Rhyme's been on the scanner all day, so we don't need to go back to it. But Rhyme hits the scanner. And so, I think, okay, here we go. And this, you can see, this is 4 o'clock in the morning right here. The only issue is I wasn't watching this one. And I wouldn't mind a little bit of, it wasn't on my watch list. I wasn't watching it all. So even if I had an extra monitor with some different stocks on it, it wouldn't work. I was watching 2 stocks. This was not one of them. The 2 stocks that I was watching didn't run up. And this one, I got the alert right as the end of this candle. You're going to see, you guys have been following me. You know exactly probably what I did by now. So I get it somewhere like in here. And so this candle rises. And then this candle opens and goes that way. And so it opened and went above this candle. I'm like, I'm in. Got in. You can see right here, I got in for 142. That's literally like a penny more than what this candle closed at. And it dove right away. I got out right away. Bam. I got out for a loss of $68. And this was a 4-second trade. I was in and out in 4 seconds. I mean, I had a little bit of time for 1 second for the stock to kind of like get a little bit of something here while I was in, and then 3 seconds down, and I was out. And I mean, the way that Webull fulfills orders, I mean, one of those seconds is 1.5, maybe even 2 is just kind of fulfillment there, So on other platforms, I maybe would have got out a little bit sooner. I know I would have got out a little bit sooner because I keyed it right away when I saw it dropping, but it is what it is. We're down, $68 on the Roth account, and I go to switch to my individual brokerage account, this challenge account, and it was already selected. So I would have never traded this on this account. It doesn't fit any of the criteria. Like, this is not like what I would normally do. Had I done it on the Roth account, I mean, it was right here at, I don't know what this price is. Let's pull it up actually. The price on this, it was $129. It went all the way up to $142. So I got my 30 cents or 10 cents or 15 cents right there, on the Roth account. Just start the day green, all in, not all in. I didn't go all in. I went with a small percentage of my buying power. And luckily that was the case, because we would have had a pretty big loss today on this account, the challenge account. So I'm like, well, it's not even 401 and we're down $68, but we still have 3/4 of our buying power ish, which, okay. So, but nothing hit during the morning until another stock hit the scanner, MLEC. And I'll pull that up for you guys for sure. This one, let me go over here. This one was a little ripper today. And let's see. Yeah. I actually did trade this on my Roth on some of the earlier moves. Made a little bit of cash, nothing crazy. And then I was looking for a move that I could make on this account. So the first thing it does this morning is, let me get rid of, actually does that one work? Yeah, it does work actually. I'll show you kind of where I should have got in this morning. But I just was like, I'm down $68, and I set a max loss today of $100. And so I'm like, I wrote it down. And I'm like, well, it wouldn't take much for me to lose a little bit of money and be down. So I'm like, I kind of got to be careful. And that just made me timid all day. What I probably should have done was just shut it all down and went and enjoyed my Friday. I had a great time today. Don't get me wrong, but it was just one of those things. I learned a lot. I reviewed all my footage, figured out all the entries. Like, I learned a ton today. Just didn't really have anything to show for it. And it is what it is. But the stock hits the scanner up here. I didn't get in. I don't know many people that got in right there, but it kind of starts to pull back here. And then as it's kind of curling back up, right in, let's see here, the high was $8. So this is like $8.60 or something like that. And so I'm kind of looking right in this zone that's the high. And then right here, the problem with this one is that there was another spoof seller. So all the way through this zone, there was someone who was dropping, I don't know, 20,000, 25,000, whatever it was, however many shares on the buy. So they were right here. This was showing like 20,000 or something like that. Like, just enough to keep retail traders like myself from wanting to buy any more of the stock. Because you have to go through all that to be able to move the stock up. They kept putting it in and pulling it out, putting it in and pulling it out. So I got my eye on the stock, and there was a moment where that kind of starts to stops happening, and it's right in this zone. I didn't get in because I wasn't comfortable with what I was seeing. But this would have been a really good entry. 785 is kind of the high here. This candle opens, goes above 785, rips all the way up to a high of 912, and then it comes back down, settles. Then this next candle opens, rips all the way up to 11. This would have been a really good move. Really, really, really good move. And then this next move, it starts to consolidate right here. And then this next move right here, this was like the biggest stock of the day this morning. That's why we're going over it. This next move, I did trade a little bit of my Roth on this move. When this popped, I was staring at this. And as soon as the volume creeped in, as soon as I saw, I think I was like the break of like 10, I was trying to go for the break of $10. Yeah, right in this zone right here. Made a little bit of cash, nothing crazy. I got in again because I was using up 25% of my buying power for a little bit of profit in both of these candles. Nothing crazy. And then I think I made $100 and some on that account today, 150. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to try this again on this account. See if we can't like snipe one here. Yeah, we didn't. This thing starts to kind of rip up right here, and it went up to $13 and it pulled back right here. So I'm going to re-enter. These candles aren't in the right spot. Let's see what time this is. 9, 10, 24. So it was in this candle actually. So this kind of starts to this retreats, this opens. I get in here for, I think I was trying to get in for like the break of 12. What was this candle actually? It's just labeling them wrong. think I was trying to get in for the break of 12.50. No, 12.25. 12.25. And I keyed it a little bit late. Get the buy. What did I key this at, actually? I keyed it at 12. No, I was going for the break at 12.50. And I keyed it at 12.30, hoping that it would go to 12.50. It did not. And I got filled at 12.29. That's actually really unfortunate. And then I wait a little bit as it kind of skirts. You can't really see it because you can see it better in the 10-second chart. But in the 10-second chart, it just kind of flattens out this way. And then I get a little scared and I get out. And, we I actually keyed this where I thought it was over like 12. It was a little closer to 12.40. And it just didn't work out in my favor here. And we got out for like a profit of, what was this? This was $2.15 right here. I mean, folks, not my week. But we're up. We're fine. We're good. It's like, okay, it's a little win. So if it wasn't for the mistake, we'd make $2 today. Not my best work. Much better on the Roth account. I want to show that to you guys, but I don't want to show all this information. Let me see if I can hide this. Yeah, and then I'll switch over to the Roth account today, real quick. Right here. So we profited $117 on this account today. And you can see it was all on this stock. And there was a couple entries that weren't that great. We bought here at 941, got out at 944. I was trying to buy with a break at 950, didn't happen. And then we bought here again to try to go through the break of I really liked this trade. 950. We ended up getting out at 969. And then this one here, I was trying to buy for the break of through 10. It doesn't break through 10, but it was really strong level 2, so I didn't get out. And then it pops up here. I get out at 11.10, and then I re-enter on this candle right here for let's see. Oh yeah, it went up to 11. It pulled back. And then it opened here, and I'm like, I'm going to re-enter for the break of 11 again. I re-entered. Was that it? No, 11. Why did I buy 11.35? Let me take a look. I keyed it at 11. I need to go back and take a look at this because like these limit prices 11.70. Do I have my macro set wrong? Because that would mean I keyed it at 11.60, but I got filled at 11.35, which is just not the case. I'll go back and take a look at that. But I was pretty sure what I was doing here at 11.35 as this thing was kind of popping up was I was trying to get to buy for the break of 11.50, and then it goes to 11.50, shoots up to 11.94. That kind of makes sense actually now, and I get out. So I was very happy with how this went on the Roth, but the Roth account just doesn't count, man. Doesn't count. So it is what it is. So we're still down some cash. I'm like, well, let's see what happens. And Rhyme hits the scanner at the end of the day. Let's go over here. Now here, this is going to be an example of kind of what not to do. Actually, this whole week's probably an example of what not to do. Being a little hard on myself. I'm a pretty positive guy. We're going to make all this back. If it wasn't for the accident, we'd be up like $15 today. It is what it is, and it kind of set the mindset for the day to be timid. And so Rhyme, I wanted to wait until the market closed. I waited till the market closed, and here's Rhyme. And actually, the first one I wanted to try to trade was, let me pull this up. Where are you? Right here. Was actually, I wrote it down, VVPR, I think is what it was. Yeah. I had my eyes on this stock. This is what I should have done. I had my eyes on this stock. I was staring at this. As the alerts were coming, this thing was rising. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't really know. There's no news or anything, right? It's just like low float, hard to borrow. And I'm just trying to get some of this money back. And I'm like, okay, if this candle opens and goes over 241, I'm going to get in. It opens, it kind of dives down pretty low, and then it shoots up over the top of 241. I don't pull the trigger because it's just been timid today. And that's how I've been after the loss on Thursday or Wednesday or whatever day it was. And it shoots up to 261. So there's 20 cents a share right there. And, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. I'm like, okay, well, that's not going to work. And I watched it a little bit more. Didn't really do anything for me there. But Rhyme, kept popping up. And so the first thing I thought about with Rhyme was, as I was watching it, was, okay, we got these little pops. It's like kind of popping up here. It's popping up here. It pulled back here, popped up here. And I'm seeing these kind of volume candles right here. And so I mark off this blue line right here, which is the high. Why did I mark this off? I don't remember why I marked that off. It was for a specific reason, but I can't really remember what it is. And let's see, 342. Oh, it's marked off from a 10-second candle, actually. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm watching the 10-second chart. I marked off 342. I'm like, okay, if this thing goes over 342, I'm going to get in. Oh, wait, no, that's not what happened. Sorry. I know what this was. This was VWAP. So I'm watching this candle, and I'm like, okay, if this breaks over VWAP, I'm going to try to get in. VWAP is like I think this is 24. I forget what this is. Let's see. This was 325, yeah. So 325, 324 was VWAP, and it goes over VWAP, and I didn't get in. And I'm like, well, I'll just see what it does. Well, you can see what it did. I'm watching, and then I'm just like staring at it, seeing what it's going to do. I didn't think it was going to do this, and then all of a sudden, this happened. This run up here from, I don't know, what is this? 349 to 469. It felt like the stock from this morning that went up like $4 or $3. I mean, I was literally staring at it, and I should have punched it. I mean, there's just no reason not to punch it there. It's a huge surge of volume. I had marked off this line right here, which was the high of the day, and like it just went through VWAP, consolidated a little bit right here, went right over this thing, went right over the high. I mean, and just kind of kept going. And really, that's where I should have went in. I should multiple times get on this stock, and just timid after the loss, man. So here I'm thinking, okay, well, I went in for the break of 5. This candle opens, it shoots above here. That's where I should have got in. I should have gotten right here, right, which was 447. But I'm waiting. I'm thinking it's 447. I'm like, I want to see if it can break over 5. So I don't really know what I was thinking. I really don't. Like, it's a smaller stock. Like the odds it's going to break over 5 in this, I don't know, man. I should have been thinking maybe in 25-cent gas. Well, really what I should have just done here was probably logged out for the day. But here we are, 449. And we should have just went in at 449 and got out with a little profit. But no, I'm like, I'm going to wait for the break of 5. So I get in at 445, and then it comes back down. Doesn't really do a whole lot. I'm sorry, I get in for the break of 5. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Flattens out. I sell at 488, and here we are. So we lost $51.11 today, and I'm going to show you guys this guy. This is for the month. This has just not been my best. This is my first non-profitable week since I started, and we have made $70 this month. We're slowing down a little bit. We took a few chances. We've I don't know. We jumped into a couple stocks that we shouldn't have. That was the first big loss day, 158, I think. And then the second loss day, big one, 434. We got into a stock that I really thought I should have been in, and I just didn't make the right moves within it. And then today, we did a little snafu on the account. We just didn't have it this week. The market's closed on Monday. We'll try again on Tuesday. But man, it's not easy. It's not easy, and can't be making those mistakes. Let's pull up the data. Keep it rolling. Keep the tape rolling. We have traded 34 days. The graph's looking a little shiesty right now. We have a win rate of 80%, and we have profited $1,285. It's a little stagnant right now. But we're still green this month. But man, it feels like it should be a lot better than this. And we'll get back at it next week. I hope you guys were green. I knew when I accidentally used the wrong account this morning, it just wasn't going to be my morning, and I got in that one late too, and I don't know. Hey, here we are. So this is trading, I guess. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Monday is a no trade day. I'll see you on Tuesday. Cheers.